wanna do what you like. I wanna do what you like. My only reason for breathing is Jesus, Lord. I wanna do what you like. I wanna do what you like. I wanna do what you like.
What's up, what's up, what's up? If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, my name is Yessss, aka Divine Life here on YouTube. And if you clicked on this video, obviously you want to know what I do when I'm waiting on God. So let's just jump into the video. Alright, so the first thing I have okay, let me rewind. Okay, so I have 3 tips on what I do when I'm waiting on God. Let me just make this disclaimer. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not a minister. I'm not a bishop. I'm not an evangelist. I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not none of that. I'm just Yessss, country girl who knows God and who's seeking God daily. So these are my 3 tips that I use when I'm waiting on God. Yes, there are plenty of ways or plenty of things that you can do while you're waiting on God. These are just my top 3 things that I like to do, that I've been doing. I've been battling something right now, not like health issues or anything, just like battling like things that I'm going through right now, and these are the 3 things that I have seen that have helped me. If that makes any sense. Yes, it does make sense. Okay. So number 1, you need to prepare. So when you're in your season of waiting on God, you need to prepare as if you already have it. So what I mean by prepare, so let's just take a single woman. Say the single woman is praying, God, please send me a man, God. Please send me a strong, godly man, blah, blah, blah. But you're not doing anything to prepare yourself to be a wife. I can't cook. I get home too late. I can't do this because I'm tired. I can't. So why would God send you a man and you're complaining already about what you can't do? When you get a husband, let me tell you, it is not stressful, but it's just you have to be a wife. You can't be tired all the time. Like right now I'm tired to cook, but I'm probably gonna have to go down there and find something for us to eat because I'm the keeper of my house. So if you're already complaining while you're single but you're praying for a man, I don't think God's gonna send you a man just yet. So one way you can prepare to be a wife in your single season is maybe read the Power of the Praying Wife. I have that book. And it's amazing. And there's also other books by different Christian artists, Christian writers, authors, that's what they call authors, Christian authors, that have marriage books and things like that. So I would be reading those books while I'm in my single season. I'll be cooking in my single season. I'll be finding recipes in my single season. I'll be working out in my single season. I will be doing all these things in my single season so that when I do get a man, it'll be not easier, but I'll be in my routine and my flow. So when I get my man, I'm already in that habit of cooking dinner. I'm already in that habit of cleaning house every day. I'm already in that habit of, prioritizing my time. So adding my husband into my life or me adding myself into his life, we'll mesh better than if I wasn't preparing at all. If that makes any type of sense. Another example is, imagine this kid, we're just going to call him James. James is a basketball player, but James never gets in the game. James always prays and just believes that God will put him in the game. James goes to every practice. James eats healthy. James works out. James attends all the games regularly. And James is just waiting on God to put him in the game. So James doesn't know when he's going to be put in the game, but he's preparing as if he is going to be put in the game at any moment. So imagine that James gets puts in the game. He didn't know he was going to get put in the game this game. He just was preparing as if he was going to get put in the game. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Prepare as if God is going to put you in the game right now. Right now. Right now. Just prepare. Because we don't know when he's going to put us in the game because we're on his timing. And the Bible scripture that I'm going to read, the Bible verse that goes with prepare is Luke 12:35. I'm just going to read a little piece of it. It just says, be dressed in readiness and keep your lamps lit. So when you're dressed in readiness, that means that you're ready to go. So if God says, all right, your husband's coming right now, you're dressed and ready to go. You're ready for this husband because you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're prepared. You're doing all your wifely duties, but you're not a wife yet. but you're preparing for that man to come into your life. If God says, right now, you're getting in the game. You've worked out. You've stretched. You ate correctly. So you're ready to get in this game. You're prepared. You're dressed and ready. And your lamp is lit. It's not dull. When your lamp is dull, you're not gonna get it. If that makes any sense. If your lights turned off, you're not gonna get it. Because that means you're not ready. Keep your lamps lit and be dressed and ready. Okay. Now that I got that out. Number 2. This is my second thing. Don't rush God. So when I was thinking about this a couple days ago or weeks ago when I was planning to make this video, this vision came in my head. I was sitting in the car and then God was over here. And it just said, and God just told me, would you grab the steering wheel if I was about to wreck or something like that. It was like a vision that I had. I was sitting in the passenger side and God was going, and I just had a vision of me trying to take the wheel from God. And that's what we do when we're rushing God. We're trying to take the wheel and be like, God, my time is now. And God's like, no, sweetie, your time is maybe 2 months from now, maybe a year from now. Stop trying to rush what I have planned for your life. And we're trying to go our own way. So I just had this vision of me grabbing the wheel from God and saying, God, we need to go right because you almost went the wrong way. God, you're going the wrong way. And my way is this way. I want to go that way, God, and I want to go now. And that's what we're doing when we're rushing God. We're like, God, I'm going my own way. And then when we rush him and we do go our own way and do our own things and just leave God behind, our way is always harder, is it not? When we sit and rest in God, our way that he leads us is like not easy, not always easy, but it's better than what we would have went on if we would have went by ourselves. So imagine if we go on the road by ourselves, we might come through heartache that wasn't supposed to happen. We might come in incidents and accidents that wasn't supposed to happen. We might endure drugs and alcoholism that wasn't supposed to happen. But imagine if we took God's way. Yeah, there may be a speed bump. There may be a little pothole. There may be a little something in the road that we have to veer off a little bit and keep straight and keep on God's path. I'm not saying God's path is perfect because we live in a world where nothing is perfect. Nothing is promised day to day. There will be accidents. But I'm just saying, if we go our own way, some things we were never supposed to come in contact with, we now come in contact with because we're trying to do it on our own. So if you're think about it, visualize yourself. If God's driving, just let him drive. You don't need to reach over and grab anything from God. He's God. He made us. He knows what's supposed to happen. God is, I just can't even get over like my vision of like trying to grab something from God. It's like, girl, stop. And my Bible verse that goes with that is Proverbs 21:5. And it just says, careful planning puts you ahead in the long run. Hurry and scurry put you further behind. So when you're in a hurry and you're in a rush to do things and to do it on your timing, you're going to be farther behind. But when you are careful in your planning and you're trusting God, you're going to be A-okay. So number 2 was don't rush God. Number 3 is my last one, is distractions. I know sometimes we get distracted by social media. We get distracted by friends. We get distracted by family, coworkers, neighbors, just people in general. We get distracted by them. So the best thing to do when you're waiting on God and you're trying to hear God's voice. You're trying to hear God's voice. You may need to cut out distractions. I'm good at this. I will cut social media off. If I feel having a stronghold on my life, I'll cut it off and not think twice about it, because it's just like, do I want to be closer to God or be closer to people on social media? God or social media? I think I'm going to choose God every time. So if I feel like a stronghold's on my life, I cut it off. And another thing while I do when I feel like I'm getting distracted, I'll fast and I'll pray a lot more. I don't have it up here, but I normally keep a prayer journal that it's like I guess it's a prayer journal, but I write down like, I talk to God. So I'll just like, hey God, what's up? Today I went to the gym, I worked out, I felt so good. Stuff like that. That's what I write in my prayer journal or my journal to God. So I'll do like a lot of journaling, and then I'll do fasting, because I feel like when you're fasting, you're giving something up to become closer to God. So I'll fast like social media, I'll cut that out. I'll fast like certain foods if I'm trying to keep my body, because you know our body is not our own. Our body is a temple for the Lord, and I'm trying to keep it right and keep it snatched, honey. But yeah, so the Bible verse that goes with that is Matthew 21:22. It says, whatever you ask for in prayer, you will receive it if you have faith. So when you're in your waiting season and waiting on God, cut out those distractions and begin praying heavily. God hears you. If you have faith, He will do it. If you don't have faith, it will not be done. That's like me saying, God, I'm gonna work out, but I know I ain't gonna lose 10 pounds by November. And it's like, where's your faith? Of course you're not gonna lose it. You don't even believe that you can. But if I'm like, God, give me the strength to work out 5 days a week, God. Encourage me, God. Give me the willpower to not eat after 8:30, God. Help me to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Those are the prayers that you need to be praying, and you need to believe whatever you're saying. Whatever prayer comes out of your mouth, you need to believe it. So yeah, those are my top 3 things that I do when I'm waiting on God. I prepare in my season. I don't rush God. And then I cut out anything or everyone that is distracting me. So I hope you found this video somewhat good in your life. I hope you use my top 3. Let me know down below what you do when you're waiting on God, or whatever. Maybe you don't do my 3. Maybe you do your own thing when you're waiting on God. So let me know down below what you do.
Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you later.